Hello and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech with your host, Selene with the Silver Dragon. This is the R&D series again, where I pick a build by somebody or maybe a few somebodies and then build their design, or on design of my own if I want to. It kind of varies. But in this instance, we're going to be building a design somebody suggested. Actually, two designs they suggested. These designs are from Corpse Grinder. One is to build an explosive demo truck, or more specifically a giant suicide truck was his suggestion, and I thought, I'd like to do something fancy with that. And the other design is to build basically a gift battery box thing that people could pick up and find and easily get their hands on, because that'd be really nifty and useful for all kinds of reasons. So I think since the battery box will be the easy one, we'll do that first. Let's get started. Alright, so I think that makes the first design. The battery Surprise. The battery surprise. Yes, I think that'll be something along the lines of the name. Corpse Grinder's Battery Surprise. I decided to put shields on it because, you know, if you start a chain reaction, this whole thing's going to explode very easily. So it's be kind of good to just go ahead and shield the main body while having the cockpit a lot more exposed and easy to destroy. In fact, you should be able to just run into it and knock it loose, and then the whole thing should collapse in a nice pile of useful batteries. Theoretically. I thought it'd look kind of neat if I added a few little bits here and there that look kind of interesting on the overall design. Just because it just might be kind of interesting in some way or another if it just looks kind of cool. Actually, in a small way, I'm thinking of just doing a slight adjustment. Nothing particularly fancy, just move these put some batteries in here on these little inner parts. Just so there's a few more batteries in there. And then get some chargers on here. And I think that'll be good. Because, I mean, come on. This thing starts with a ton of parts. I don't know if a gun is needed for it to spawn in. To be classified as, you know, a threat of any significant force. I'm not sure. But I think I will add, like, a light gun on it. Just this little pea shooter that doesn't really do much damage. That's my idea. Yeah, how about this little gun right here? It's just like, do 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 do. It's perfect. Actually, like, the cab has its own gun. Never mind, that should be fine. Theoretically. I have no idea. Oh, I launched that part really far. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah. I think that'll do. So there it is. It looks kind of like some kind of weird kind of fortress as well. I like the way it's designed. So I'm gonna just I think that'll do. So let's save this and we'll send it on its way. So for Corpse Grinder, the Corpse Army. This is the battery. I call it the free battery base. Oh, I can't put it all in there, so free batteries. Call it free batteries. Just, yeah, that looks good. That looks like an excellent picture. Free batteries. CGCA, free batteries. For Corpse Grinder. 360. Corpse Army. Request. R&D Lab. There we go. That looks good. Really long name. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, tweet. There we go. That one's done. Next up, let's do his other request, which is to make that demo truck. So here we go. Speed mode activate again. This is one of those rare instances where I'm just not happy with the design. Not yet. So I have to redesign it again until I'm happy with it. So I'm feeling like it doesn't have enough explosive capability presently. So I'm going to try and rebuild it with that kind of idea in mind. So yeah, I just wasn't pleased with how it was looking there, so I decided I wanted to try and rebuild it with a little bit more oomph. Yeah, I think this'll do. This is much better. Much, much better design, I think. I'm pleased with this. I am very pleased with this. Though, just as a quick check. Do I like it more like that or like that? I think I prefer it with the armor plating. Okay then. Yep. So, this has been sort of like an aesthetic design as opposed to just another explosive vehicle, because honestly, if it was just designed to be another high explosive vehicle, it probably would have ended up looking a lot like Mohammed's build from earlier. The nuke vehicle that I built. It was mostly intended just to explode, so it wasn't intended to look interesting. This one looks interesting. And I think it came off rather nicely. It has trouble getting started, but once it gets up to speed, it can outrun other vehicles quite nicely. Which is kind of reminiscent of the actual vehicle in RA2. An explosive, self-destructing vehicle that didn't quite pack as much punch as an actual nuclear weapon, but it still was quite explosive and definitely devastating. I think that's actually pretty good. Admittedly, something I added that vehicle didn't have was these little Venture Co guns, but I figured, like, if this spawns in your world, it should be able to at least shoot at you. It's like, why not? At least that's how I felt when I was building it, because, I mean, it's not really gonna run over and then detonate all its explosives on you, after all. It's not smart enough to do that. So I figure if it's gonna show up, it's just gonna show up like some weird kind of fuel hauler, almost, to people here. But I think that's fine. I think that came out rather well. So there you go. I think that's pretty good. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be recording. And that's it for this episode. Yep. I'll be recording Salenvo out.